Hey, what's up, guys? This says I just wanted to talk a little bit about the new Diablo 4 patch notes 1.2.1. I'm by no means a video game reviewer or anything like that, so I'm just giving an average opinion, an average guy's take on things I noticed, things I read, and I got really excited about. Now, Diablo team, they say they have been digitally monitoring your feedback, and I hope this is true, and it may be so because when I'm reading down here the updates that they have done, this is something that I feel like is a huge, massive W. Training dummies. Players can test their metal against a new inanimate and unkillable foe, the training dummy. This dummy is located in an underground room. The entrance can be found in Kivo Shot. The training room contains a stash and the training dummies. Players can choose between attacking one training dummy or a small group of them, or dictate whether each training dummy is of normal, elite, or boss monster difficulty. This is so important. This is so important in a game where you want to try out new items, skills, paragon abilities, and mix and match things to see what's going to work. But having to run out into the open field and finding certain mobs to kill to just test these things out and wasting a lot of time running back and forth to do so, it just feels very janky in a way. And one game that I like to play is Grim Dawn. And Grim Dawn has training dummies. And this is something I do in Devil's Crossing, in the starting town that you start off in Grim Dawn. I'll go there specifically to fight the training dummies to see if any new items that I got or any new skills that I'm putting points into are really working out or not, to get a feel for it, to see my, just overall how much offensive ability I have. So adding that into Diablo 4 is a huge W for me. Now I really want to get into the game, go to Kivo Shot and test this out, because that's something, oh man, I've been waiting for something like this in Diablo 4 for a hot minute. Now they done some Season of Blood like updates. Apparently, I guess they dropped the previous one pile of 45 to 60 potent blood down to like 8 piles of 5 to 9 each. And I'm assuming they did this for RNG reasons. I personally didn't feel like potent blood was that big of an issue. I guess maybe some people did. But what this will do, it'll allow more chances of one of these piles that contain 5 or 9 each, or 8 piles, I guess, to spawn more than opposed to one pile. I have really no idea why they did this, but it's just my own guess, right? So probably that's the reasoning why they did that. They just want RNG to be able to drop more potent blood more often, so players feel like they're getting it more often, or increases the chances of them to get it more often, so where you'll end up equaling out maybe around 45 to 60 in the same amount of time. But in case you get really super unlucky and RNG doesn't bless you with this one pile of this amount right here, then like you feel like you're getting screwed. So I'm assuming that's why they're putting it into 8 piles of 5 to 9 each. Hard to say. But also, I will say this, it is kind of a small thing to notice, like potent blood when it drops. So maybe people are just like walking over it and picking it up randomly, or completely bypassing it entirely and not even noticing it when it drops off screen. So that could be another thing too, why they made this little small change. Another quality of life tweak they did for the vampiric powers is the tooltips to clarify what their next rank will increase, and additional information into the vampiric powers upgrade screen that communicates the amount of packs required and the power's activation costs. So important. So important. It's really annoying, especially me when I'm playing on controller. Hey. I play mouse and keyboard on every action RPG, but for Diablo 4, it just feels like controller is so much better for this game. But it's really annoying to get on the controller, go into your inventory, go over to vampiric powers, try to get out of that screen, to go back to your inventory, to look at your armor, check out your packs, to go back into your vampiric. You picking up what I'm putting down? It's annoying. It's a bunch of back and forth, and it just feels so clunked. It just feels really bad, right? So this right here, to be able to see it from the vampiric powers upgrade screen, is going to be really important. It's a nice quality of life tweak that I think is another W, honestly. These things right here, it just seems like these updates are all aimed at just improving the character's experience while playing the game, and that's appreciated. Guys like me that spend a lot of time looking at tooltips and love just wasting 15 or 20 minutes just looking at skills or whatever it may be in the game that other people are just like, yeah, I'm gonna put a point here and keep it trucking. Like, no, I appreciate these quality of life updates. Like, thank you. And apparently, like they said up here, Diablo team has been diligently monitoring your feedback. So there's other people like me that probably feel the same way about these updates, about these tooltips. They probably also enjoy spending 5, 10, 15, however many minutes just checking this out. So I may not be the only guy. You know what I mean? It feels like it, but apparently not. Miscellaneous, what's here? The search area has been reduced for all whispers that require the player to find and kill a specific monster. Hey, that's nice. That is nice. See, this is refinement. This is refinement, tweaking the user experience here. This is what this update feels like generally. Now, I'm not going to read the bug fixes or anything like that, but the patch notes are up here if you do want to read about it. And there it looks like there is a crap ton of bug fixes. Dungeons and events, gameplay, quests, Season of Blood in general. User interface and user experience, miscellaneous, you know, just it goes on and on. I should have probably looked up at least some of the Season of Blood fixes here, so I could have went over it. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm really fresh in a Season of Blood. Sorry to say, it's been out for a little while now, and I got into it late because I was on the fence about getting back into Diablo 4. And I bet you there's a lot of people like that. And I figured, man, let me give my take. Let me create some videos so that people can see that side. Like, so the gamers that are like on the fence and they enjoyed their initial first time in Diablo 4 and then left because season 1 was just a shit show. So maybe there's guys like that can vibe with me, they can relate with me and want to get that kind of take, that gamer's take, that perspective. So this is that perspective I'm getting. So I think I'm gonna go into the game for a little bit, check it out, show some of these updates like the training dummy, and see if we can get some of the Season of Blood piles to drop, and look at the vampiric tooltips to see how they look and see if it makes anything better and easier to follow through. So let's go check that out right now. Hey guys, so here's the vampiric tooltips that have been updated. As you can see on domination, the damage at the bottom is 12% to 18% to 24%. And you can see this on all the other abilities as well, such as this one right here. And there's domination, I have it applied, I'm actually using this, so it's really cool to get an idea. Blood boil, overpower times reduced from 40 seconds to 30 seconds to 20 seconds, depending on the tier, the rank that you have it upgraded. So this is pretty cool, nice little change right there. So this was a clip of me with a rogue, and here's some of the potent blood drops, how they've been changed. As you can see, there's quite a bit of them now laying on the ground in different quantities. So this is where you'll find the training grounds. It's just northeast of the Anaria statue where you change the difficulty of the world tier. Just in case any of you were wondering where it's at. So it's a nice looking room. You have the default training dummy that's already spawned in location for you to start wailing on. There is a way to change this, and I'm going to show you where to do that at. So over here on the left side of the room, you have your own personal stash, pretty nice, and then you have the configure training dummy settings. So as you can see, you got the elite training, boss training, and you can add in multiple targets if you want. I would never want to be in this situation where I'm fighting against 5 bosses, but in case if you ever do find yourself in that situation, you can prepare for it right here and right now. Now, 5 elites seems more reasonable. I can see myself definitely in this situation. And from the damage I'm outputting right here, I'm not feeling too confident I'd come out on top of this. Actually, I think I've played recently, I was in a similar situation against 4 Bloodseekers, and I completely got wrecked, so... Good little training session right here to put yourself against that, to get an idea of what your DPS is doing, how your resource management needs to be tweaked. You know, because I'm figuring out a lot of that right now. I have these moments where I'm just outputting so much damage, and then I get my essence is completely low, so I have no resources to cast any spells. So I'm going to try and tweak around a couple of items to figure out if I can lessen this issue, getting items that increase my essence regeneration so that I can put out more damage by doing more skills. You know, this is just cool to have this training room here to see if these small little upgrades on your item, like 4% reduction cost and your resources, really does anything. And especially if you put on 3 brand new armor pieces that all have roughly the same amount of energy reduction. So you can really see it in real time how much of an improvement that's doing for your character. So yeah, the training room, like it a lot. Thanks for watching my video of patch 1.2.1 in Diablo 4 Season of Blood. I hope all of y'all are enjoying your Halloween and staying safe out there. Anyways, peace.